2020, positive Al. Year of positive Al. On the green, but that's about it. On the green, positive. There's the positive, positive Al. Won't go in. Par. That was the summary of it all. Par 3 now, doing a lot of work on this hole, by the way. Oh, that's a nice light, isn't it? Back right pin. 156. Tiny bit, there's hardly any draft, but tiny bit into. 8 iron goes 165 in normal conditions. So I'm going to hit a little cut. That'll take about 5 yards off it. Conditions will take another couple of yards off. We should be spot on. It's on it. Go a bit. Line was good, shape was good. Don't know about the distance. Looks pretty good though. Another thing I want to get a lot better at this season is keeping my stats. And some really important stats to pay attention to. Stuff like par 4 scoring, the average bogeys you make it around, average birdies. Look at the stats, by the way, European Tour. Go on europeantour.com. Look at those stats for last year and look at where the biff is in all like bogeys made, birdies made, eagles made, average score. He's pretty much top 20 in them all. It's like he has had a good season last year, and it shows how important the putting is, because I think if he'd putted a little bit better, just a little bit better, you know, we're talking maybe half a shot around, he'd have been challenging. And I know he nearly, you know, he's contention a few times, but he would have been challenging. I feel like if I can hole, you know, very rarely hole a 15-footer, but I couldn't give you the stat on it because I don't know it. Like, that's what I need to pay more attention to. Anyway, back to this hole. Right, we were a little bit short as being critical, but you can tell like a good shot. Just, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd take that all day. I will take that. It's a chance, and you don't want to go long with that pin. But just in general, I'm not quite getting it. You know, the average is decent, but I'm not hitting those ones that are getting to 5 feet. You know, you're better almost hitting, because the amount of 15-footers you're going to hole isn't going to be that many. So you're better hitting it to 20 feet, 20 feet, 20 feet, and then 1 to 4 feet than you're averaging 12, 15 feet, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, I just need to get those ones a little bit tighter, but matching distance and line would help. Yes! No one's here. Eventually, it's all about patience. There's a moorhen. There he is. See him? I know, like, I do pay attention to the wildlife, sort of like mid-shot sometimes, but paying attention to the wildlife in between shots can really help me switch off from the round. And you can't concentrate for, like, tournament rounds, sometimes like 5 hours. You can't concentrate for 5 hours. I certainly can't. So switching off in between, maybe have a look for some birds or some squirrels or some pigs or something. You don't often get pigs on the golf course, to be fair, but something that you can take your mind away. You sing a song in your head or whatever it is, and then switch on for the shot. Helps you to really take one shot at a time and not focus on what you've done well or done bad or anything like that. You're just in the moment. All about the wildlife. I've said that all along. All about the wildlife. 1 under through 6. Get in. This is the other par 5 I was talking about. Shorter tee, it's normally back there. So it's about 440 again. But I've got to play it as 3 shots. So I'm playing it as a par 5, but I'm playing it as 3 shots. It just makes sure that I'm testing myself. Because the course is a little shorter, you can play a lot without hitting those pitch shots into the greens and stuff. And I really want to get sharp at them. So I'm making sure I am going to be playing that. What, as I say, the first par 5 is a par 4, and this one actually playing as a par 5. I've got to hit it in 3 shots. I can't take it on in 2. So I'm going to play 2 iron to that far corner. Let's try and hit a little shape here. You hit a low 2 iron to the shape of the hole. It's a dogleg right to left. So something I normally do, like if I'm trying to hit a draw, is I just make sure, give myself time from the top. Because when I'm quick, that's when I get steep and I have to back up, which if I'm aiming slightly right because I'm trying to hit a draw, it's disaster. Like, it can go straight right. So if I give myself just a little bit of time, it means I'm definitely getting it down on the right line to hit a draw. Got to attack it from the inside to hit that draw. Club face a little left of my start line. Feet a little bit right at the club face. Weight a little bit left because I want it to go low. Just make sure I'm pathing it out to the right and it will draw. But I hope the camera picked that up, because I'm not hitting it better than that. That's gone about that high and just gone right around that bunker. That was excellent that by me, actually. I am blowing my own trumpet there. I'm very pleased with that, very pleased with that. And in tournaments, that's the sort of shot, and this isn't me being negative, that's the sort of shot that I can hit, just like trying to hit a draw, and I could just as easily hit like a block cut, because I get a bit tense because I'm not overly comfortable with that shot. Bit tense, quick from the top, can't get the club path on the right line. I get club almost goes out to in. I mean, the only way you're hitting a draw is the club face is massively shut, starting left, and it's rat hooking. So for me, the most important thing is pathing it properly, and that's giving myself a little bit of time and talking it through on camera. Surprise, surprise, helps me out. Debated this a few times whether I should, like, I used to love amateur golf and like playing for your handicap all the time. I wonder if I should like maintain a handicap somehow, and then I can have sort of handicap goals, because I quite enjoy that. Does anyone got any like goals they want to get to or anything, and what you want to do to reach your goals? I think it's a good sort of exercise to write that down. Write in a comment if you want, or just write on a piece of paper. But I think it's good to set your goals and then have certain things that you need to get better at to achieve them goals, rather than just saying, I'm off 15 now, I want to get to 12 handicap. But so well, but what you're going to do differently from what you've done previous times to get down. I think it's really important to set those objectives to achieve your goals. Not that I'm like a management trainer or a motivational speaker or anything, but I just think that's important. Here's our ball. I'd love to take that shot on now. Can't go for the green, I've got to lay it up to a yardage, and I'm going to lay it up to an awkward yardage, one of those ones I said I didn't like. So I'm going to try and lay it up to about 50 yards. And a front pin, which is not ideal for 50 yards. I just want to give myself that challenge. 215 pin. And what do I want to give myself? 50 yards. So I'm going to hit it 165, so I've got the wrong club. 165, 175, 185, 195, 205, 250. Yeah, that'll give me 51 yards to hit this 165. So I've got 8 iron. It's easy to say it's just a good 8 iron up there somewhere, but you've got to pick a target, especially laying up. It's so easy to just look at the fairway and hit it there. You've got to pick the shot you want to play as if you're playing to a specific pin. You can't just go up there, because so often it's those easy, simple ones that you play bad. And the ones when you're behind a tree and you've got to hook it round, you play good because you can see the shot. Sometimes when you're just hitting it to nowhere, it's easy to get it wrong. Never hit it to nowhere. Pick a spot, pick a shot. So there's like a tree with no leaves on it, just left of the fir tree. I'm going to go at that with a tiny little bit of draw. Just because that's right side of the fairway, and I know if it's moving left, there's plenty of room. Fairway on the left side. It went dead straight. It wasn't a very good swing. Didn't like that. It's alright, it's in the fairway, but it wasn't a very good swing. I do struggle on that on layups, and I spoke it through. Just when there's no visual target, I need to get better at visualising where I'm trying to hit it. Maybe the same thing as what I spoke about earlier on the video about Nick Faldo saying, deep breath, picture the target and play it. Still, as much as I say this is what I'm going to do, I still don't think I actually picture the target. Like, it was alright, I just don't think I made the best committed swing. Because I didn't hit the draw, it didn't get that extra yardage out, so I'm a little short of where I want to be, but still it's one of those awkward yardages that I don't like. I do like, I love it. 63 yards, there to there, front pin in the hole. Realistically, you should be trying to hole this. Why not? Why would you aim to miss it? 63 yards, land it spot on 63 yards. For me, I've got a little stick attachment, it's called a TRS. TRS? Yeah, tour rotation stick. Attached to the top of the club, up the side. We've done it before with like alignment sticks, but it means you're going to really turn, make sure your left side clears. And that's me with pitching, that's where I really have to focus on a lot of my practice, on getting that feeling. It was taking me time, but me divot back then because that was rubbish. Got affected by the lie because it was tight, wet. In the past, I'm talking like a year ago, I would have fatted that and hit it about 3 yards in front of me. Why that? Why is that in my head? But get a little steep, pull across, left, and it's gone a little long, so I've shut it down. So no. In a word, no. Don't be negative, but if I had to spend 90% of my practice on one area, it'd be that, because that swing goes into my long swing. You can get away with it with the long stuff more because you've got time to save it, but you haven't with a short pitch. You know, that's my bad move. That is my bad move, that. It's annoying. But that's why I do these, that's why I come out and play these on the course. You know where you're really at. And to be honest, I can't expect that area of my game to be spot on. But I'm going to have to work hard, very, very hard at that area. We had a little bit of spin, fortunately. It spun back about 4 foot, which helps. But yeah, distance or line was not there. But that's like a combination. I've pulled it so it's gone long, so it's gone left and long. So I've shut the face down. Still a chance though. On the putt, look, a bit of wildlife. Back in the present. Stay up, stay up, stay up, stay up, stay. No. Oh, that's gone a bit past. Never miss cam needs to be on here. 2 goals on this putt, right? I mean, obviously, you want to hole it, but main thoughts here. Sometimes when I get a bit edgy on like tough putts, it's a little bit right to left, but I can get a bit of like recoil, a bit like sort of a nervous recoil, and I'm up early on it. So 2 things here: I keep my head absolutely rock solid, and the stroke I want it to be bang, no recoil, full commitment. Thank you. I don't know if my head was still because I'll have to watch the camera back for that, but I felt like the stroke was pretty solid, committed to it. And that would have been a very annoying 6 if I'd missed that. Right, it's going dark and I've got 2 holes to play. Just a score update, we're 1 under through 7, 6 pars, 1 birdie. That's annoying not to at least give myself a good chance for birdie there, because I played, the tee shot was spot on, the layup wasn't amazing, but I should give myself a better chance from, what was it, 63 yards, but not focus on that now. With next hole, we've got 2 to go. I want 2 birdies to make it a good 9 holes. It's not a long hole, this. And you know, it's what, 350? And it's tight. Like, I don't need driver. But I feel like I give myself a better chance of birdie. Well, it'll give me one of those awkward yardages actually, so give me that challenge. But I just like hitting driver, like when I'm playing non-tournaments, just to test myself, just give myself that challenge. Hit the fairway, it's tight, focus. And I feel the pressure because I want to score well. Right, full routine. Don't think I give that everything there. Felt like quite a slower swing. maybe a little bit guidey, to be honest. As you know, it's a tight hole, but regardless, just commit to it. Just a quick one on tournaments this year. So all the the practice and stuff that I do and coming out filming these 9 holes, this is all about like getting used to scoring, tournament prep, doing it more often, so don't get in tournaments and I'm not used to it, and I want to play a lot more tournaments, a lot more events. And for me, at my level, like it depends on basically like funding, really. It depends on how much each event costs, how much you've made in previous events, and sort of planning a schedule a little bit that you can afford, and then if you've made a bit more dough, then you can enter a few more, that sort of thing, you know, because it's some of the ones are more expensive than others. You just got to pick and choose and make sure that your schedule's planned that way. But I hopefully play quite a few pro-ams as well, which are good because they get you, you know, again, you're playing individual as well as the team game, and it gets you mentally where you need to be. 87. Bushnell's in the dark. Just quite a nice 58 this. Normally 100 yards, 58, so 5-6 position. That's a better shot. That's a better pitch. That was committed. I like that. You can't see where it's gone. And neither can I, to be honest, but just felt like I cleared my left hip better on that shot then than I did on the previous hole. You live and learn, don't you? Camera's probably gone a little bit dodgy quality now because it's gone dark. Goes a bit kind of pixelated because it tries to create light. It's good distance again, but again, a little bit right. Distance bang on. Definitely a bit of a tendency to miss that side, which is a good thing. It's not a good thing to miss it right, but if you're doing the same thing all the time, it's generally just a little alteration needs to be made. But if you're missing it both sides all the time, that's when, yeah, you really need to look at it. Yeah, it's actually dark now. Like full nighttime job. Just be efficient with this. Bang it in and move on. Move then, move, move! It's because it's dark. Didn't see it properly. Another par. Still 1 under through 8. 1 hole to go. Wow, this is a boring scorecard. Might just throw an 8 in it or something on the last just to make it interesting. Don't. If you ever catch yourself doing that, you know, if you've got like a good score going, you're thinking, oh, we need to finish with this or finish with a par and I've got this score. Like that's killer. Just go back, reset and go, right, I'm on the 3rd hole. And as daft as it sounds, really picture yourself like being on that 3rd hole and just go, right, so 3rd hole, got loads to go. Should calm you down a little bit and get you a little bit more in the present. Or, spoke about on another video, treat them as like 3 hole sections. After every 3 holes, reset again. Can you play 3 holes in good score? You can. You just need to do that 6 times? 6 times, yeah. Okay, last hole of the night. There's a hedge about 200, so you just lay up at that and then hit over to the green. But again, I've got 5 iron, but it's picking a specific target. But I can't see a specific target because I can't see anything, so I've just got to imagine it. Basically fatted it, yeah? Yeah, pretty much fatted a 5 iron there. But to be honest with you, it's weird in this light, looking down at the ball, and I can't really see properly. That's like, I should just trust the swing, but I mean, it's gone straight. I'm just gonna have a longer way in. Literally can't see a flag. Got it, had to move to the side. The car park lights were blinding it, so 153 we've got. Right, I'm gonna aim at the left floodlight. This green all slopes off right side of the green, so we're aiming left edge of the green, little cut. If it goes straight, it'll stay left side of the green. If it cuts, it should get quite close to the pin. And you know, the chances of me overcutting aren't very high, whereas if I hit it up the right trying to draw, if it doesn't draw, it misses the green. Whereas if this one, aim up the left, if it doesn't fade, it still hits it. And if it does fade, then it's good. Oh, it's so weird. No idea where that's gone, but it felt good. And it adds a little bit of element of surprise, doesn't it? So video wise, I'm going to continue doing what I was doing last year, really, chronicling the work I've been doing, the practice that I do. And I'll obviously get the Biff involved and a few other people, but it's good to have people like Paul on it, whose insight is, it's really helpful. He's helped me out a lot over the years, to be fair, and we're going to be going away like we did last year to Tenerife, going away to do a bit of work, so I'll get plenty of videos done then. And some, you know, some really good practice drills. Hopefully we can learn a bit off him and beat him a few times, would be a nice little bonus. And maybe try and keep track of the challenges this year. I think maybe I won last year in challenges, because I picked up a couple at the end. But that's the plan anyway. I'll just see where this ball is. Still can't see anything. I actually can. I think I can make out it's literally, I'm pretty sure I've stiffed it. Genuine. Can't see the flag. Knew where it was when I moved to the side. Aimed at the floodlight. But look, pitched there. There's this little pitch mark. And it spun back to there. Just committed to the swing in the dark. Couldn't see any of the trouble. I'm tempted to give myself that, but I will put it. So happy with that going home though after that shot. Nothing worse than finishing the last and like chopping it. Go home happy as Larry as long as I hold this now. It's not that nice, this putt, to be honest. It's like a little left to right, a little bit. I think I might have got overly excited. Yes! Yes! That's nice. Nice little way to finish. Hopefully the camera doesn't look terrible, because it is absolutely pitch black. So birdie to finish. Just think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Didn't miss a green then. 9 holes. Didn't have loads of chances, but I didn't miss a green. So I need to work just on that little right miss that I've got, but 9 out of 9 greens. 2 under. They won the par 5 as a par 4, I'll say that again, but 2 under for 9. When it's difficult to hold putts. I'm not saying the greens are bad or anything, it's just the way it is this time of year. It's difficult to hold putts. So 2 under. Considering, all things considered, where I've not played that much recently, I'm quite happy with that overall. I'm very pleased with that finish. Very pleased with that 8-iron in there. Very happy with that, the commitment and stuff after fatting it off the tee. Just thinking there, right, well, I've done a few of them now where I've played and scored as good as I can. And I think on most, I've been under par, like quite easily, comfortable really. But in tournaments, it's not quite the same. I haven't played many last year, but trying to transfer what I do on here onto the course, that's the key for this year, and something that I can try and take from the videos and take the same attitude. I don't know what it is mentally, it might be more difficult to apply, but it's something definitely that I need to really make an effort to do and really pay attention to what I do on the videos, because I not play amazing, but play decent enough to shoot decent numbers. So yeah, just thought it was something a little bit interesting, because I won't lie, I can shoot some, like anyone can at times, I can shoot some terrible scores. Hopefully not as often now through doing the videos. I can actually shoot some good ones, because I feel like I can. I feel like I've got the game there to do it. I know today was on my own course, and you know, I'm trying to get my shoe on. I'd expect to shoot a decent score, but yeah, it's just something to think about. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next Tuesday.